This is the legendary female narco, Sandra Avila Beltran, Mexico's Queen of the Pacific. Remember Isabela Bautista from Narcos? Well, she's the real deal. After years in the shadows and a stint in jail, Sandra made a surprising career change to a TikTok influencer. Narco influencers like her are gaining popularity on the platform, but living life in the spotlight as a cartel member might not be the smartest move. Another narco influencer, Sabrina Duran Montero, learned this lesson the hard way. Hailing from Chile, the 24-year-old mother, also known as Katrina Guzman on TikTok, was a beauty influencer. Initially a beauty influencer, she gained popularity by posting makeup tutorials and dance videos on her profile. Sabrina started her TikTok journey in 2021, building a decent following. Suddenly, she went silent. Where did she go? After a 3-month-long hiatus, Sabrina resumed posting, but this time from the Women's Penitentiary Center in San Miguel. Shockingly, it was revealed that she was the leader of a small drug trafficking gang with connections to a cartel. In 2022, she faced charges for drug trafficking and leading a local gang, resulting in a 3-year prison sentence. Quite a turn of events, isn't it? Remember Sabrina's TikTok handle? She also went by the name of Joaquina Guzman on Instagram, which seems like a nod to the notorious Mexican cartel leader Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. She earned the title of the TikTok narco queen due to her involvement in Chilean drug gangs. Now here's where it gets interesting. Do you notice any parallels with one of the most infamous drug lords, El Chapo, who managed to escape prison twice? Just like him, Sabrina attempted a prison break. Alongside some fellow inmates, she took a daring leap from the 3rd floor in a bid for freedom. Unfortunately, luck wasn't on their side, and unlike El Chapo, they were all captured. Quite a daring move, reminiscent of some high-stakes escapades. The narco queen continued making videos from her jail. Phones in prisons have been a big issue in Chile for a long time. This year alone, prison guards took away almost 20,000 mobile phones from a total inmate population of 49,000. When situations like Duran's happen, guards act fast to grab the phone. Yet for the narco queen, the phone wasn't an issue. With the glorification of narco culture, she started trending on TikTok, pulling in more views and followers. In recent decades, narco culture has quickly become a popular subculture within the drug trafficking world. This influence extends beyond Spanish-language media in the US and Mexico. It impacts modern fashion and lifestyles for many South Americans, including those residing in the US. The glamorization of their lavish lives has transformed not just drug lords, but notably their wives into admired celebrities. Showcasing their extravagant lifestyles and immense wealth only solidifies their high-status position in society. It's a phenomenon that reaches beyond borders, making them iconic figures in a world that, strangely, finds allure in the dangerous world of narcos. Getting famous on social media is fantastic for a beauty influencer's career. But here's the flip side. For a gang member, putting yourself out there on socials can be pretty risky. Being part of a gang and having ties with cartels automatically makes you a target for other criminals and rival gangs. In other words, you become an easy target. Think about it, sharing your location with enemies who are ready to spill blood, all while enjoying a fancy dinner at a nice restaurant or getting your nails done. It's like handing them an invitation to your funeral. After serving some time behind bars, the narco queen was granted to serve the remainder of her sentence on supervised release. While Sabrina was in jail, she found love in an unexpected place. Antonella Marcant, the leader of the Los Marcant gang. Talk about a match made in an unusual setting. 2 narcos meeting in prison. Unfortunately, their love story didn't get the chance to blossom freely. Marcant's run-in with the law in 2021 led to a 15-year prison sentence, meaning they couldn't live together outside of the prison walls. On October 23, 2023, a chilling event unfolded. As Sabrina headed to a nail salon, members of a rival gang strategically positioned themselves, waiting for Sabrina. The encounter took place at a crossroads in the town of Padre Hurtado, Santiago, where three masked rivals intercepted her. Dressed in black, the shooter ruthlessly targeted Sabrina. The neighborhood was shaken as gunfire erupted, leaving the Narco queen fatally wounded and bleeding on the road. A bystander captured the gruesome scene in a video, showing the Narco queen lying face down in the middle of the street from being shot just moments before. The attackers made an attempt to flee the scene, almost running her over. While slowly driving off, they noticed she was still moving and got out to finish the job. 6 more shots were fired. Despite a prompt police response, the attackers had already vanished. Sabrina was rushed to the hospital, but shortly after her admission, she was declared lifeless, succumbing to the impact of 8 bullet wounds. It was a tragic and abrupt end to her life. The assailants fled the scene using Sabrina's vehicle. Later, the car was found burnt out about 30 minutes away from the scene. Anonymous sources claim that the murderers had detailed knowledge of Sabrina's every move. Astonishingly, they were waiting for her on foot. The big question arises: how did they have this information? The Narco queen didn't share her appointment on social media. Did she know them personally, or did someone close provide intel, perhaps even her nail tech? As of now, no one has the answers, and it's quite likely that it will remain that way. Investigating this case is considered extremely dangerous, adding an extra layer of complexity to the already puzzling situation. The Narco queen's reviews and tutorials, combined with her pretty appearance and long dark hair, amassed an impressive following of over 500,000 fans. She had 600K followers on TikTok and 150K on Instagram. Such popularity raised concerns for authorities regarding her funeral. They feared it might disrupt the peace and draw unwanted attention from fans and aspiring narcos. The memorial service was labeled as a high-level risk. Narco funerals in Chile have become a growing issue, according to law enforcement. In the earlier part of 2023, there were narco funerals that extended for days, causing disruptions. During those ceremonies, streets were crowded, sealed off, and schools closed. Mourners fired guns, set off fireworks and explosives, creating chaos and terrorizing local residents. Over the last 5 years, Chile has witnessed a staggering 1,700 such events, highlighting the scale of the problem. Although she portrayed herself as a bad girl, the Narco queen was known to be incredibly friendly. The owner of her sponsor's company, DCM Cosmetics, expressed in a statement that they saw beyond her troubled past. They added, "I admired her because she had a large following and gained significant attention on TikTok as the Narco queen. Despite being seen as a bad girl, her demeanor, appearance, and voice conveyed the opposite. She was genuinely sweet and enjoyed supporting virtual, small, and medium businesses." In the past, women in gangs and cartels typically handled duties such as money laundering and childcare. However, a recent shift has occurred. A new generation of women, already linked to drug dealing, is opting for a more aggressive path. Choosing to become assassins, they leverage their attractive looks to deceive targets successfully. This strategic move allows them to operate discreetly, staying under the radar and ensuring the success of their missions. While the narco-trafficking world is largely male-dominated, the realm of narco-influencing is commanded by young and attractive women. This trend continues to garner attention, but it's also sparking increasing worry. Displaying a lavish lifestyle and openly acknowledging involvement with drug cartels, along with promoting illegal activities online, has the potential to influence and inspire the younger generation towards a path of crime. What do you think about narco influencers? Should they be able to have a platform? Share your opinions in the comment section below. There are a lot more cases of narco influencers that have met dramatic ends. Make sure to subscribe to Crime Cartel to stay up to date on our latest true crime stories. Being a narco influencer is already risky, but here's something even more dangerous for influencers: insulting one of Mexico's most ruthless drug lords, El Mencho. This individual learned that the hard way and discovered crossing paths with him was a grave mistake.
Así que el metro a mí me...
Click on the recommended video, and I'll meet you there with the full story.